Before we talk about I Too by Langston Hughes, we have to quickly look at I Hear American Singing by Walt Whitman, um, because it is a direct address to this poem. So, I hear America singing, the varied carols I hear, those of mechanics, each one singing his as it should be blithe and strong, the carpenter singing his as he measures his plank or beam, the mason singing his as he makes ready for work or leaves off work, the boatman singing what belongs to him in his boat, the deckhand singing on the steamboat deck, the shoemaker singing as he sits on his bench, the hatter singing as he stands, the woodcutter's song, the plowboy's on his way in the morning, or at noon intermission, or at sundown, the delicious singing of the mother, or of the young wife at work, or of the girl sewing or washing, each singing what belongs to him or her, and to no one else. The day what belongs to the day. At night, the party of young fellows, robust, friendly, singing with open mouths their strong, melodious songs. So, we have this Whitman poem about belonging and placement in the United States and work. Um, you know, and your daily duties are something that you should enjoy, right? Ideally. Um, and that this, as we've seen with Whitman before, um, connectivity and kind of symbiotic relationship that we all have as America, as this big living being, right, that's made up of all of us. And we have lists of all these different people, right? So, and we see this as well in When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed in one way or another, but it's obviously not as joyous. Um, Langston Hughes responded to this poem um, decades later with I Too. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and I eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. So, this is a direct address to Walt Whitman, because, you know, who did Hughes feel like was left out of I Sing America? Well, black people, right? He didn't see himself being represented in that poem, um, which is interesting that Whitman wouldn't even consider that. Um, you know, if we factor in that he was an abolitionist and a free soiler. But he didn't. And Hughes, as we'll see next week as well, with Ginsberg directly responding to what Whitman believes or believed America to be. Here we see Langston Hughes, pointing out that he was left out. Right? He doesn't see people in Whitman's work, um, particularly in I Hear America Singing, that represented him as an American, right? And we have the fact that, when company comes, he's sent into the kitchen to eat, but he laughs because he knows that he's growing stronger and he knows that eventually, excuse me, um, there'll be no reason for anyone to laugh at him anymore, and people will realize, what a truly beautiful and unique individual he is, and they'll be ashamed, excuse me, for having left him out um, this whole time. So, again, we will also see Ginsberg do that in a very different way, I believe next week or the week after. But yeah,